Hey Sag, welcome back to Lovefromaleo. My name is Tay, and this month during your October, you're going to be focusing on the element of fire, okay? You are a fire sign, you are mutable fire, so you are definitely used to being in that focused, determined, powerful, dynamic, vibrant type of energy. In the past, we have the Knave of Wands in reverse. So I think that you may have made some decisions in your past month, or maybe further than that you feel a little bit insecure about because you're like, I don't know if that was the right move. Was that being in denial? Was that being naive? Was that being childish? But I feel like whatever you were experiencing, it was very fun. It was in the moment, you know what I mean? But later on, you looked at it and you're like, I don't know if that was the right move. So what were you doing in your past, Sagittarius? What were you exploring? Four of Cups. So whatever you were exploring, you were definitely doing this whenever you were thinking on a low vibrational level. So what I mean by that is you were probably having a moment of, the world hates me. I don't know who I am. I don't know what, you know what I mean? Like having this really pity party moment. And because of that, you experience treachery. You experience lies. You experience people pretending to be things that they are not around you because you invited it. When you put yourself in this mood or whatever, or just being miserable, you attract miserable people, and miserable people can do things to you that you cannot take back. Keep that in mind, Sagittarius. Behind that, we do have the Death card. So you could have been experiencing moments with a Scorpio, or you could have just experienced something dying away from you, whether it's a relationship, a pet, a person that you know, a situation, an experience, a relationship. Something died because you kind of invited that energy in. You were mourning, you were pitying yourself, and that's what you do when someone dies, right? So that's what happened. So what is it that died around you? What died around Sagittarius in the past? We got two cards, y'all. Ace of Pentacles in reverse and Nine of Wands in reverse. So something that you were afraid to do career-wise, I feel like you missed a huge opportunity because you were too afraid to tackle it, to handle it. Oh, this is weird. Listen, I get it. The problem is, for some reason in the past, you were going through this weird phase of not living in the moment. You know how you are. You know how you don't like to think too deep into things. And if you are thinking deep into it, it's because it's something that you can stretch your imagination around. It's not something that is set in stone, right? And I feel like for some reason you were in this phase, whether you were around this person who just always had you in a funk, you had this weird perspective of, I'm not going to live in the moment because it's not going to work out. And that's where your failure came from. What is it that you turned down? So you left success because maybe you were afraid of success, or maybe you were just not expecting that it would actually turn out successful. You left something that would have been a win for you. Ten of Swords. It's something that you feel like you were beating a dead horse, but in reality it was like it's something that you put so much energy into before, and this was the time that it was actually going to work out. Does that make sense? So you've been working on this, but you were like, fuck it, it's not going to work anymore, and you let go of it and you missed your opportunity. It was something you needed to hold on to. What is it that Sagittarius needed to hold on to? Maybe a Libra, or maybe just the truth. Maybe you were tired of being honest, or tired of being a good person, and as soon as you stopped doing that, you lost. You know, it's like you lost faith in being honest, or being fair, or being equal, being justified, and you lost a part of yourself. You did something that you may regret. What did Sagittarius regret in the past? I think you regretted how you made yourself feel after you did whatever you did. For sure. Like, I think you were looking at yourself like, I don't even know if I can look at myself in the mirror. It was something like that, right? Crazy. Something to do with the romantic issue. Something to do with hurting someone's feelings. So you may have cheated. You may have done something that was just something you can't work past, you know? Something that you regret. Who does Sagittarius hurt? A Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What does Sagittarius need to do to fix the situation? Queen of Cups. So basically you need to have a sit down with yourself, or someone that you trust, or maybe the person that you did this fucked up shit to. You need to sit down and have a real conversation with them and really talk about, you know, how you felt, why you did what you did. Like, have a real conversation, like a real one. And I think things will turn around for that situation. I don't know if it'll get better or worse, but I know things will be different after you have the conversation. Let's move on into your present, because this is the October reading. So during this month, we have 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Because of all of your past doings, I do think you're going to be struggling a little this month during October. I don't think it's going to be detrimental, but I think maybe you won't be able to spend as much as you wanted to. But you definitely will have enough to cover your bills and stuff like that. But you won't be able to have much fun. So why is it that you are, needing money? 7 of Cups. You spent money on things that you didn't have to. You chose to spend money on things that you didn't really need. And it's like, yeah, you enjoyed it for the moment, but in long term, it didn't really help. Does that make sense? So you did it for the moment, for the experience. And see, that's the double-sided coin with Sagittarius. You can live in the moment and it can be the best decision of your life, taking that risk. And then you can live in the moment and then not realize how much you are fucking yourself up in the outcome. So it's like you just have to be aware. It's all about being aware with being a Sagittarius. Do you stand out from the crowd, but understand what you're doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, understand what you're doing that is affecting the collective consciousness or affecting yourself, your self-esteem, all of that. Whatever you did, it was just so that you could kind of boost your self-esteem. It was to boost your confidence. It was to boost your ego. It was like something that in your brain was telling you to do, but it's not something you had to do. It was unnecessary. And whatever you did, it's going to cause you to lose your family. It's going to cause you to lose some of the savings that you've been saving. It's going to cause you to lose some of those friends that you have been connected to for years. It's something you did that makes you look terrible. Like, you did something in your past that is definitely catching up with you this month. Whether it's about someone being disappointed in you, someone questioning your character. I definitely feel like it's something that you had a happy life. You had a happy family, but you did something that is not looking too good, Things are starting to get a little real. And I think it's something that's embarrassing to you. You said something that you can't take back, or you did something that you have to regret. You did something that you can't take back, either, but it's something you have to live with. What did Sagittarius do to cause all of this? What did they do? Hierophant, I think you did something outside of your morals, and I think you did something that, if you are married or if you are in a relationship, you did something that's just beneath what you guys came to an agreement on. Cheating, lying, doing something without consulting the other. 10 of Wands, you were doing too much. And whatever you did, you were not thinking of your relationship when you did it. 2 of Cups in reverse, you definitely weren't thinking about the romantic side of it. You weren't thinking about the other person's feelings. 9 of Swords in reverse, now this is something that you're going to have to constantly think about. You're going to constantly have to think about, oh, I did this, I did wrong. I didn't think about my priorities. I just thought about what I wanted at the time. And now you have to go through this cycle again, Sagittarius. You have to go through this cycle and you have to get through this level before you can move on to something else. It's definitely dealing with love. You did something that you weren't supposed to do in your relationship, for sure. Whether it was flirting, whether it was doing something that you and your partner agreed you wouldn't do anymore. It affects the situation. It definitely does. Who does this affect? Other than Sagittarius, who did this affect? Who did this truly affect? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. And Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. These are the people that you affected with your decision. And I want you to feel a little guilty, because I feel like you knew what you were doing in the moment. I feel like this is something that you're like, well, if they don't find out about it, then it's fine. Sag, no, you can't do that. It's not fair. When someone finds out, you can't tell them how mad to get at you. And I'm only saying this because I love y'all. I understand y'all's energy. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to do what the fuck you got to do. But when you do things, it does have consequences for another person if you were dealing with other people. And that's just the truth. If you don't want to deal with harboring other people's feelings, stay out of a relationship. But do not come into someone's life and do not make them feel like they caused something because you can't control yourself. That's really what it comes down to, at least in this reading. And I'm not saying all Sagittarius are like this. I know all Sagittarius are not like this. But for this particular reading, and if you came onto this and you know that you did something wrong, you have to come to terms and face yourself in the mirror and say, this is what I did, and this is how it affected that person, and this is how I'm going to fix it. You need to fix the wrongs that you have made. And I'm saying this because I feel like it's like I know something that you don't want to tell your partner, you know? And as me being your friend, I'm like, look, you need to fix this shit because this shit is fucked up. And if you really love this person, you got to do what it takes. So be aware of what you're doing and don't be a dick. Don't be trifling. What do you need to do to fix the situation? Ace of Swords. Be honest. Be fair. Even if you don't want to attach yourself to whatever you have to do in order to make up for what you did, you don't want to have to make up for what you did, but you did it. So be fair. If someone did something to you, I'm sure you would have a whole way of dealing with it on your own. You either leave this person, or you would never talk to them again, or you would make them make up for it for years to come, whatever. It's like, you need to be fair. You need to own up to it, and you need to try to make up for it or end it. There is no in between anymore. It's about the facts. Is this person going to be able to deal with whatever you put in front of them to deal with? If they can't, you need to respect that. You can't do something to someone and then be mad at how aggressive they become after you did it to them. You understand what I'm saying? Realize your part in the scenario and then take accountability for that. And that's how you're going to get past the situation. Now, when we move on to future energy, so this is a peek into your November, which also kind of lets us know what you did in your October. Sun card. So whatever you did, I do feel like it was justified. I do feel like it helped another person understand themselves. And you finally get what you truly wanted as a Sag. So Sagittarius, what is it that you really want in the future? Moving forward, what is it that you truly want and desire? High Priestess. I think you want to know what you want and then just be able to go after it. I think you don't want to have to question yourself. I think you don't want to have to question how another person will feel about what you want. And basically, it's just like living in your truth and living with the decisions that you make. But for some reason, it's really hard for you to do that. Now, we do have the King of Swords in reverse. So I feel like there's a lot of manipulation happening here. And it's like you are manipulating something or someone because you want things to work out. But that's not how, it's not going to work like that. And we do have the Sun card here, so you could be dealing with a Leo. You just, basically what I'm trying to say is you have to be mature enough to realize if you did something wrong and the other person is not willing to compromise with you, then you have to accept that because you did the wrong. You understand? You have to take accountability for what you did. And I think it's going to be an ongoing theme that you have to conquer before you move on to your next stage. And I don't know how long this is going to take, but it may take some of you very, very long. It may take months, years, because you are not yet capable of admitting when you did something fucked up. It's like you want everyone to understand your side of the story, but you won't try to meet them in the middle. You have to meet them halfway. And before you can do that, you're not going to have any leeway or wiggle room to fix what you fucked up. You're not going to have someone be there and be like, oh, I'll give you time to fix this. Because you fucked up. You did this to them. You did this to the situation, so you cannot be upset about it. One last time, who is this dealing with in the future? Who's going to be a part of the situation for Sagittarius? Okay, we got two cards, y'all. So, the first one we got is the Hangman, which is a Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. And then we also got a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If you really respect this person, let them do what they feel is right. It's not your place to choose because you were the person who fucked up. And that's just the honest truth, Sag. And I'm upset because I know you're better than this, you know? And I feel like someone needs to tell you because nobody's going to be real with you. Everyone's fucking afraid to tell you how they really feel. You know? Because they don't know how you're going to take it. I'm going to tell you. I'm a Leo. I'm not going to hold my tongue for nobody. Especially no other fire sign because we already know how we act. You got to get your shit together. You need to be real about yourself. Take ownership. Now, what advice does Sag needs to take on this situation? What do they need to do? I have no idea how to even ask this, but what do you need to do with this situation? 10 of Cups and 7 of Wands. So 10 of Cups is the water sign. It's the water card. So this is saying that you have to heal and cleanse the situations that you have fucked up. You need to reconnect. You need to go towards whatever you ended, whatever you were a part of ending, and reconnect with that. So be honest, be vulnerable, be vocal about what you feel. Express yourself, but also allow the other person to communicate their feelings as well. And then come to a compromise if you can. If not, it's not meant to be. And then also 7 of Wands. You have to be courageous enough to be honest about how you really felt in these situations. You need to be honest about being vulnerable with yourself and the other person that you're dealing with in order for them to truly understand if they want to take you back or if they want to deal with you, if they want to work with you, if they understand you. You have to be confident enough to be honest with them and yourself. Face the music and see where it goes from there. We will definitely see what else is happening in your November and how that shit turns out. But if you want to see that, you need to subscribe. Like this video so that you let YouTube know that this is the shit that you're into, so they can help you get way more self-help, self-improvement videos such as this. If you would like a personalized reading, you can email me at lovefromaleo@gmail.com and we can book one for you so we can start to get you back into shape, Sagittarius, because you deserve to live a happy, full life. You deserve to make other people feel as warm and enthusiastic and joyful as you do. And if you have any questions, you can always look into my description box for any other information. I love you all, Sagittarius, and I will see you in the next video.